Hi, everybody. I'm here to share with you some work that I'm just beginning to do on what's going to turn into a wearable neck piece with sculptural components. And I'm going to tease you a little bit because I'm not going to tell you what it's going to turn out to look like. And part of that reason is I don't necessarily know myself. I have an idea, I have the theme of the piece, I have the main action that's going to appear in the piece, but I don't know how exactly shake out. But I will tell you by the showing you the piece in progress, and I'll do a little screen share so you can see what my camera is viewing right now. This is, get it in focus here. This is a tube of seed beads. I started at the top. I started with a circle. That is going to turn into a leg. It's the upper part of the leg, the thigh. I'm working from the top of the thigh down to the knee. I started with a line of seed beads that I what did I do? I tied it in a circle and then I started beading around it. For you beaters, I'm doing 3 count peyote stitch, except because I didn't count, there's one stitch that is not 3 seed beads wide, but I don't care because I just need a tube. I don't need a precision patterned thing. Now, for non-beaters, what that means is once I have the initial string strung and tied together, I my first stitch is to put 3 beads on, skip 3 beads, and pass through the next. Gotta push those in. Pass the needle through the next 3 beads. String 3 beads, pass through. String 3 beads, pass through. String three, pass through. A whole bunch of times. I taper it down with sculptural techniques and toward the knee. And at the knee's going to bend a little bit. So I'm going to have to do some funny stuff there. So I wanted to give you an intro to that and also to tell you that mainly the reason I'm showing you this is to show you that it takes time and planning, and it also involves the good thing about the slowness of the work is that you can think about it and you can think about how it's going to turn out and where you're going to add to it as you're working on it. The crazy thing about doing this kind of work is that it can take months to make a piece. That is why I would like to mention my Patreon page for those who are inspired by this type of work or intrigued by it. Visit that page. I'll put a link to it in the description box, and so you can check it out. And what I'll do is basically make a quick pitch for if you like this type of work and you would like to support an artist who does this type of work, please consider becoming a patron. And that just means a few bucks a month. Hopefully, that's something you can do. If you can't, then don't, because I don't want to take food away from your mouth. But if you can, it's deeply appreciated because what it enables me to do is to work on this type of thing uninterrupted, um, and actually create things that hopefully have an impact on the world. My pieces that people have bought certainly do mean a lot to them, and they wear them with hopefully justifiable pride. And this is basically the way I communicate, honestly. Um, I'm not as shy as I used to be, but for me, it's easier to make a statement with something that can be seen rather than something that can be heard. Now, if you know me as a musician, you would probably think that's a pretty funny statement. But again, even as a musician, I have something in front of me, a guitar in front of me, so and a microphone. So sometimes that kind of helps psychologically. But in any case, what helps very tangibly is support via Patreon. And whether you are able to support me via Patreon is fine with me either way. Your interest is deeply appreciated, regardless. Now, if you are still interested and need to think about Patreon, but would like to stay in touch, go ahead and go to my website and send me your email address, and I'll just make sure that you're on the list for any announcements and studio news, workshop news, updates, life updates, video updates, that kind of fun stuff. So, again, I hope you enjoy this. I will, for Patreon members especially, I will continue to show you the evolution of this piece and, of course, how it turns out. And wish me luck. I will be working on it for the next at least couple months, I'd say. So thanks for being here, and I hope to see you next time. Metaphorically, of course. Bye.